As we come closer to the end of this class and presentation, I want to touch loosely on this idea of, like when I started, I called it the appearance of limitless everything. This is what I felt other photographers had, and I didn't. And it consistently came from a place of they have everything and I have nothing. And I feel like it's an overwhelming sentiment that you always feel like you're playing defense. You're constantly playing the catch up. The idea will always be that everybody always has more, but what you have is the most valuable asset, and that's you. Again and again. To clarify, if you think that you need to go home and dress your dog like a reindeer, you're missing the point. If you think you need to straighten your hair and wear flare white jeans, you're missing the point. If you think you need to do it like me, you've completely missed the point. I'm telling you how I did it, but I'm telling you how I did me. I'm hoping that this opens your eyes to how you can do you. Because, well, you
that
do
was
you.
So Polly D.
That was Polly D. It was the situation. You do you. Okay. Get it right, Ashley. Sorry. No, but so even if you don't have a simple album, and even if you are meeting at Starbucks, and you have that beat-up Honda Accord that you're driving, because I drove that beat-up Honda Accord, as you go, if you are happy, and you are trying, and you are hustling, everybody can have everything, but they don't have the most important thing, and that's you. That's what you provide. That is your eyes, that is your skill set, that is your hunger, that is your desire, that is their ability to see in you something that nobody else has. Can you give it to them? Can you put it out there? That's what I want to end this entire day on. What's wrong, Erin?
Nothing.
I know. I can't look at you cry, because when I look at people crying, I cry. But really, that's what comes down to it. If I rubbed you the wrong way and it makes you better, good. If I rubbed you the wrong way and it made you feel bad, I'm sorry. Whatever I do in love, because I want you guys to succeed. I handpicked you guys because I believe that you guys can be future changers of the industry if you allow yourself to, if you push yourself to. You guys were selected because something in you sparkled. You guys had the jazz hands on the web. So do it. The softball was pitched to you. Can you please hit a home run for Chase? He came in during lunch. That guy moves me. Dang it. Him and his wife, they're so busy. That guy works 8 days a week. He comes in after staying up so late last night shooting in the Seattle mountains, comes here to have lunch. And his goal to have lunch was not to be on camera. When he came, I was like, you want to be on camera? Okay, yes. Yes or yes? Yeah. Wanted 1 million? Awesome, you're mine. I asked him to just talk a little bit, and he does. During lunch, what does he talk to you guys about? Not about himself. He's saying, can you guys criticize us and teach us how you guys can make us better? That's the bar. You guys go back home, and I want you guys to talk to people. And I want you to share. And I want you to say, how can we make each other better? That's the goal for today. I can't tell you thank you enough. Dang it. Ah! Why do I act like this? Dang it. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to Creative. What is wrong with me? Dang it. I have been holding it in. Dang it. I am so unworthy to be here. I know it. Erin, I'm going to need that stinking tissue. I'm totally unworthy to be here. The support on Twitter has been amazing. Last time, it was so hard for me. I didn't want to come back and do it. I knew I had to, because I had to prove it to myself. I had to say, last time you thought you made a mistake, and good came out from it. Now it's time to go back and say, you don't care, because you did care. I cared. Now, I don't care, because I'm supported. I'm supported by the people. I have more because I'm supported by people who not believe in me, but they believe in the idea that they can do it themselves. That means more to me than anything ever could. So thank you for that. I'm a better person because of the support that I feel from the internet, from the people who are at home hiring a babysitter
to sit at home and watch this class. Dang it. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for popping a frozen pizza in the oven for your husband. Thank you for watching on your iPad at work. And thank you for believing in yourself. It's hard. It's very, very, very hard. I know it. I was there. And to stand in front of my peers and say, you know, it sucks for a minute, but if you want it, it's there. There is a big pie, and there's a slice for all of us if we want to approach it that way. I can't tell you thank you enough. Here's a link to all the promo codes. These companies stand behind the idea of what we're doing. If you like creativeLIVE, I'm going to ask you to take the opportunity to email Craig or John or Chase or buy the download. One of those four will say that this is working. There's a demand for what we're doing. Not me, because it's Jeremy and it's Zach and it's all these other instructors who come here on their own dime and time to say we want to make a difference and we want to make a change, we want to do it different. And then we have companies come in and say, whoa, we see what's going on. There's a change in the industry, we want to support it. So for getshowit.com, here are the codes. There's no sense in me having to repeat that. If you want them, you can write them down. I'm so sorry for crying. I totally had a moment. I had a Susan Lucci moment. Oh my God, I hate crying. I hate exposing that side of myself. Please forgive me.
Okay, well, the internet's crying.
I know.
Everyone here, I'm sitting here reading these things from people around the world, and it's just the flow is just going on and on. I'm crying. I'm blubbering. Polo Forever was in the chat. And Polo Forever said there is no crying in wedding photography, so you guys just need to stop right now. And then Polo Forever said
there is no crying. No, there's a ton of crying in wedding photography.
Yeah, that's a joke.
No, there really is.
But they just said they love you.
Okay,
Everyone, I just want to put that out there. Everyone's crying, so.
I knew that it was coming. I had been fighting it. I had been fighting it every day, and then all of a sudden I just got to the end and I was like, it's okay to cry. No, and that guy who tweeted me was right. Maybe I am a crybaby. Okay, so what's happening now is questions. So it is 4:25. We were gonna end this class at 4:45. That gives us about 20 minutes to tie up loose ends. I don't want to get into new, bigger questions. Ideally, I would love to tie up loose ends so that people can connect the dots, that nobody's going on back on forums and being like, oh, she said this or this happened. Let's tie up loose ends and kind of move from there, if possible. I don't even know if that's even a demand so much.
Loose ends, huh? Where to begin?
Okay.
Or we can turn it over to the class.
Oh,
too.
yeah, good idea.
Yes.
Good idea.
If you aren't shooting a first look, are you still scheduling enough time that you're shooting both sides of the bridal party? And is there any time when JD has to shoot
The guys?
the guy's bridal party?
Sometimes.
Shots.
Sometimes. Because, because I shoot them so fast, even if I shot the girls before the ceremony and JD shot the guys before the ceremony, the maximum time we're really saving is maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Which is okay, but it's not enough for me to be like, you have to. Sometimes in a pinch, I text him and be like, listen, there's no light, this is not gonna happen, do whatever you can to make it happen, and JD does a good job. JD does, when we go back and I'm like, okay, you got extra credit for posing the guys. But yes, so in pinches, do I need a second shooter to shoot the groomsmen? Occasionally. But rule of thumb is I like to do it all because, again, I don't know where he's going to position them, and I always think of the album spread. So if he did it in a portico area and then I did the girls in a garden area, I don't know how they're going to look side by side, things like that.
Or even family photos too, if he has to shoot the guy's side family photos. How would you be able to get?
That usually doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Usually doesn't.
So you control that.
Yeah, I
so
usually try to. Yeah. I think maybe one wedding ever he had to do that. So, but Anthony.
Can you give JD maybe a new grade since the last creativeLIVE?
It's not it's not quarterly grades, it's a per wedding.
Okay.
But he's funny because he kind of knows his grade before. He knows I'm a hard grader. I'm a hard nose. If you want to come second shoot with me, I'll give you a grade. And you might think less of me. Christy's like, no, thank you.
I want a grade.
Oh my God, that's so funny. JD has thick skin, he could totally take it because he just ignores me. He's like, whatever. I like B minuses.
It's still passing.
The orange tree for a while.
Yes, I know. I know.
minus the new A.
That's going to be his tweet. B minus is the new A. Cool. Are there any other questions from you guys before we go to the internet? Cool. We'll go to the internet.
Right. Question that I thought was cute was from Catherine Danielle Stevens, who wanted to know, who is your photographer, Jasmine, for the personal images we see on your site, blog, and Facebook?
Oh, they're different. They come from different people. JD usually does most of like my profile pictures for the most part. That's what you get for being married to a photographer.
Quite a few questions about the first look. 'Cause I know
Yeah,
we were
great.
talking- And the schedule. I mean, how do you convince brides to do the first look and that whole process? Can you just kind of
Again, it goes back first and foremost ever from usually when they're contacting me, if they might have come across a wedding. Most of my clients are seeing each other before the ceremony, and I'll always highlight the first look photo because I'm trying to educate the future brides. You have to show people what they don't know they want. So I talk about how special it was, and that picture of Joel, great. Not because it's a great picture, but because it's Joel's first reaction seeing his bride. Honestly, every bride wants that reaction. The girls always ask, did he cry? Did he cry? You know, it's like, that's like, how in love is he? Because if he cried, he's so in love. They're not saying that, but they kind of are. So that capture of Joel inadvertently tells other brides that guys are okay to cry. They get the same emotion the first time they see the bride. If it's walking down the aisle or if it's just walking to him in general, that emotion and that level of connectivity is still there. And the conversation that I just had with the class, how you get to have a better experience, how I was at first trepidatious, but then I decided, and it was so good because I was in the moment with my mom. And then I got to have time and enjoy sunset along the beach with my family at cocktail hour. Those conversations are just real. And it's very commonsensical. Besides this wives' tale of you can't see the groom, there's no other reason why you shouldn't. It's just this like, it's bad luck. Really? Do you not walk under ladders? What do? Take a bath after you? A black cat walks in front of you? Like, at what point are you gonna say, I'm an adult and I'm gonna make my own decisions? A wives' tale isn't gonna dictate how I'm gonna have my wedding.
That I read somewhere that originated with planned marriages, that it was like better for the groom not to see the bride until right at that very moment so that he couldn't run away.
Oh my God, that right there is enough to sell a person.
Yeah, say this is not an arranged marriage, so you can see.
Right. And I mean, listen, it's not my job to persuade. It's just my job to educate. As long as girls and guys know their options, then we've done our job. That's okay. You just want to make sure that it's out there and it's okay for them.
As long as the options are.
I know. I was like,
You're
are
still
you
a lawyer,
sure? Clearly, right? I forced you to do it first. Like, are we okay?
We're ready. We have more.
Okay, good.
Let's see. Did you talk about, Kathleen Clipper was asking in your timeline if you talked about when you and JD set aside a few minutes to eat during the wedding?
Or
during the wedding day coverage, the whole day?
During the wedding day coverage, that usually happens in the wedding day coverage at the 7:30 mark during the second course. When they're serving entrees, we'll usually get the meal. But listen, I want the meal, but they always serve the vendors last. And by the time you get the meal, they're like, oh, and now the mother-son dance. And you're like, ah. So sometimes I'm just like, I'm so focused on the slideshow. And we always take protein bars or fruit snacks or something just to keep you going. And if we eat dinner after the wedding, and we always eat a big meal before we go, like a pretty big pasta meal. It's like marathon. Like we eat very well. And if we eat, that's a bonus, and that's okay. And you just inhale whatever you can in 5 to 7 minutes, and then you're back out there. So I kind of, you're there to work. It's part of the game. I plan for the worst, and the worst is not getting my meal in a timely fashion, so I take snacks with me on that day. Yes.
Is that the same time you're doing the
slideshow?
The slideshow?
Yes,
during
I'm
the
eating,
meal?
like doing two things. I multitask.
How long do you leave the slideshow out for?
Until 10 o'clock,
Oh,
until
do you leave?
9:55.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Nope, I'm all good.
Can I ask kind of a bigger question?
Yes.
Okay. Jessica Lark wanted to know if there was one thing about the industry you wish you could change, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. I wish that people were more supportive of each other. That's what I wish. I speak both as a person who hasn't been enough supportive to others, and I speak as a person truly who sometimes feels not as supported in certain realms. Like on days like creativeLIVE, it's like love fest, right? Like, yeah, you know, I get it. But every so often you kind of feel like it's just natural. It's just natural. I do wish that, generally speaking, we supported each other, that we were genuinely happy when somebody else booked a wedding or got published or things like that, to change that mentality of like we all are succeeding when one of us succeeds. And I think that we're making strides to that. So that's the highlight of it. The good news is that we're changing towards that. I wish it would happen faster, but that's okay. We're moving there, and the more people, and here's the thing that's beautiful about creativeLIVE is that it targets a very distinct type of photographer. And most of the time, those photographers range in different time frames, but they're now changing the philosophy and encouraging the people who are coming into the industry that this is how we roll. Like those people who are doing it, they're the slowly dying breed, that this is the new way of doing it. And in 5 years, it's going to be entirely different. I firmly believe. A different industry, and that makes me excited.
I mean, that's the whole point of creativeLIVE. All these photographers with all this knowledge come in and give it away to the world for free.
Right.
You know, so it's not about hoarding your information and trying to keep it to yourself so that you can be more successful.
Right.
That's Chase's whole philosophy. If you give it back, then we'll all be more successful. So thanks for coming and doing that, Jasmine.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Shoot.
All right, we can keep going with questions if you'd like.
I'm feeling a little bit tired, but you know, of my voice.
Okay.
How do we do 10 minutes? Are we okay? 10 minutes?
This is a question that kind of relates to what you just said, because you said you were feeling tired. Jay Bass Photo had asked, what do you do on days that you just aren't on and you have to deliver? So not that you weren't on today, but you know what I mean. That's not what I meant. But when you're not feeling it, do you have tips for people?
I recently read, I talked about the war of art. Yes, the war of art. And in that, Stephen Pressfield has a chapter in this philosophy that when we become artists and we become self-employed and we can do this, that we lose this notion of working. That when we have a normal job, we show up Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and we do what we do. We choose our 6 days carefully because we don't have very often. We plan our vacation days very often. Even though we don't want to be at work, what are we doing? We're at work. And even though that commute sucks, we still do the commute because it's what we do. And yet when we become self-employed, all of a sudden we feel like we shouldn't be working 9 to 5. We shouldn't be, our sick days are whenever we feel like, oh, I'm not feeling so great. I think I'm just gonna take a nap. Would you do that at work? When I'm having an off day, I don't give myself the option. You just sit down and you do your work. You shut up and work. I think it's my mechanical breakup. This is how I was born, and this is the only way I see it. It drives my husband bananas. Bananas. He's like, will you just please turn off for a little bit? I'm like, what are you talking about, huh? What? Let's go, do more. When you have an off day, the best way to get back on is to do work. It's not to take more time off. My belief. Sorry. I'm like, everyone's like, boo. I know, I'm gonna get booed here again.
Well, I mean, just to add on that, in that book he talks so much about resistance, that kind of like fear, failure, or
right.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of all of our worst enemy. You telling all these people to come and you handpick them, and now you can either knock it out of the park or, it's up to you guys to do that, but it just really comes down to your own personal resistance, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you stay so on track and stay so disciplined? And do you get up and spend that well, I guess you said you do. You get up every morning and you check your emails and you write people back, and I mean, that's what it takes.
I have a job, but I have a passion that I'm lucky to call my job, but I treat it as such. If I want to create a profitable business, I treat it as what it is. I am afforded the luxury to try to pursue art simultaneously and to create. That is a luxury. I know this. I am one of the most fortunate people on the face of this planet. That I was born into a gene pool that was born into this country, that then was afforded the luxury to go to college for free, that was then afforded to go to law school, that was then given the option to not go back to law school to take a risk, that was then afforded to wake up every morning and pursue what she wants. Me not getting up is me saying to myself, maybe I'll go back to law school. That's what I think I'm saying to myself. Maybe I'll go back to corporate America when I just feel like watching Oprah today and not editing. That's what I think it is. And I don't want to ever go back to that. I'm so extraordinarily thankful for what I do. And in order to keep it up, I will continue to do what I do. And until that becomes broken, I'm going to keep on doing it.
Well, I think we're thankful that that's what you do.
Oh, good. That's really good. And since we're all thankful, how about we end it there?
Yeah, I think that's a
that
good
was
one.
nice and happy because the next question is like, should I, shouldn't I? Should I? So I think that's nice. Like, we're all thankful for each other. I'm thankful for you guys.
It's a win-win-win all around.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing couple days. I mean, we've all learned a ton. Yeah, haven't we?
Okay, so before we
incredible.
end, do you think that we can have the camera crew go back? No, baby, you can't start it.
Is that joke?
Trying to be cool. No, I want to go through real quick and give shout outs, starting with Kenneth for your Twitter handles, because I want people to connect with you where you guys are. So I don't want anything else. I just want your Twitter handle and where you're from. So people can start connecting with you in your area and also keep up with you if that's what they want, if they connected with you through this class. So Kenna.
Awesome. I'm Kenna K Photo, and I live here in Seattle, and I do photograph babies and bellies.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And I'm Susan Roderick. That's SUSANRODERCJ, or Jasmine spelled it out.
That's right.
I live in Seattle, and I am looking for second shooter gigs.
Perfect.
What's up? I'm Tim King, and my Twitter handle is Tim King Photo. I do special events and weddings in San Diego, but I'm looking to do destinations, so there's no place too plain or mundane. Hit me up, try me, I'm down to fly. So hope to hear from you guys.
Hi, Candace Benjamin, and I shoot weddings in Orange County and LA and basically anywhere in Southern California. But and my Twitter is Candace B Photo, so you can find me there.
I'm Ashley Goodwin. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I'm moving to Hawaii, so hit me up. Boo. It's just Ashley Goodwin is my Twitter, and this has been the best birthday ever. Full of tears. Thank you, everybody.
John Payne, it's J Payne 25, Payne, in Denver, Colorado, and looking for second shooter gigs.
I'm Erin Ovius Brandt. Oh, over here. Hi. Red light.
Good looking out, Chris. Good looking out.
I was focused. I'm Erin Ovius Brandt. I'm in Buffalo, New York, and it's just at Erin Ovius Brandt, which is ERINOVEISBRANT. And thank you so much for having me. This was amazing. Love these people here. Love them.
Love.
We love you.
I'm Christy Cropper. It's Crop Photo, CROPFOTO, in Vegas, but I'm also in Utah a lot, so anyone hit me up. Hit me up.
Nice. I'm Anthony Casada, Anthony Q35. Q as in what? Q as in what? Never mind. And I'm in San Francisco, and I would love to meet anyone that's interested, just going out for lunch, shooting, whatever. I'm looking for some friends in the photo world, so hope to see you.
Oh, can I say something?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier and I totally forgot because of the camera pressure. I was going to tell anyone in Vegas, if you hit me up, I'll buy you macaroons.
Oh.
Boom.
Wow. Boom. Nice.
She's raising it in Vegas.
It's only like a 3-hour drive for us. So.
I will buy you macaroons.
Good. You want to end it, baby? You should end it. End it, baby.
I'm JD. Hello, I'm JD, and my Twitter handle is @JD_star. I ended up taking on Jasmine's middle name, just because people just wouldn't know who I was if I didn't have that middle name. So JD_star. And thank you for all your support online.
And people were asking on Twitter, I tapped in during the break, if JD takes other second shooting gigs, and the answer is no. I got my claws in him. Just kidding. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
And Jasmine, I just wanted to give Susan another chance. Her mic was off, so.
Of course. Redo.
Oh, okay. My name is Susan Roderick, and that's my Twitter handle, and I live in Seattle. And I'm looking for second shooter gigs.
That's right.
And then we also just want to remind everyone that this course right now is $79. That's going to go to $99.
In about an hour.
Really, I mean, really, where else can you learn this much content in 2 days from Jasmine Star for that price? So
it's been amazing.
once again, this all happens because of you guys. So let's give Jasmine and ourselves, everyone out there on the internet, everyone a round of applause. So thank you.
Thanks, CreativeLIVE.
I gotta do it. I love it. Love ya, people. You guys are awesome.